Next, I'd like to introduce Diana Hewlett. She is going to help center us and get us ready for the incredible program to come. Welcome, Diana.
It feels really good to be here again. Nice to see your faces. So about 10 years ago, I took a memoir writing course here in Portland. And one of our assignments was to take a giant piece of paper, perhaps butcher paper, and spread it across one of the walls of our home. And on that paper, we had to draw a timeline and mark all these different memory moments from the first moment we could remember until the time that we took the class. So I spread that piece of paper across the wall of my living room and marked all the moments of my life that I could remember. And one night I had this idea that I wanted to personalize it and embody it even more. So I took the piece of paper down and I asked my partner that if I would lie down on the piece of paper right in the center, if they would draw an outline of my body that intersected the timeline so that it looked like the timeline itself and all of those moments took the trajectory through the center of my body. And so they drew it around me as I lied down on the floor, and I stood up and I looked at the piece of paper. In awe, I said, "My goodness, I do have my mother's hips." You may not be able to tell this by the color of my skin, but I'm Cuban American. I'm the daughter of a fierce and courageous woman who left her country in the early 1960s to find a better life in America. And I share this because things are not always as they appear. About 10 years ago also, I found myself in the emergency room of St. Vincent's Hospital. I was struggling with balance issues, cognitive issues, anxiety, among many other things, numbness in my hands, and an overall feeling that things just weren't quite right. And I sat there receiving test after test after test. And the next morning, a neurologist diagnosed me with MS. I live daily with symptoms that are invisible. Underneath what might appear to be a calm exterior is what sometimes feels like an insurmountable mountain every single day, just to put one foot in front of the other, tend to all the details of our human experience, going to the grocery store, running errands, participating in a relationship, walking my dog, teaching yoga. I also share this to also point to the fact that things are not always as they appear. Today, as we embark on this journey, it feels like at this very moment, we are pushing ourselves off of the shore of perhaps what we know or perhaps of what we're really comfortable with. And we've gathered from all of these different places and all of these different experiences, some of them visible and some of them invisible, to arrive here and meet and share our stories and listen. Over the years of this experience of my health, my practice of yoga and meditation has been the steadfast home for me to be able to continue, to be able to feel like through the anxiety, through the moments of depression, through the mountain that it feels like I need to climb every single day just to be human, that I've been able to do it and been able to meet it. So I'm here to offer a practice that hopefully inspires us to gather everything that we've experienced in the time that we've been here having this human experience and bring it all together to each other to illuminate the way for our day. So right now, please, wherever you are, bring your feet to the floor, if that's possible for you. And let your hands rest in your lap. Maybe take a glance at the table of the other people around you. Meet eyes. Notice what that invokes within you. And then as you breathe out the next time, just soften perhaps your eyes closed or leave them open, maybe resting down on your knees or at the table ahead of you. And breathe a full deep breath in. Notice your rib cage expand, your life. And exhale to let it go, just softly. And then breathe another full breath in. And perhaps this time exhale with a little bit of a sigh. And another time through, inhale together. And exhale. And keep your eyes either soft or open them so you can see. And send your arms open a little bit, just enough to widen across your chest. And then as you breathe out, cross, we'll do a little bit of a physical practice. Cross either at your wrists or at your elbows. So there's a pose in yoga called eagle or Garuda or Garudasana. And I wanted to introduce this shape to bring a little more opening into what we would call our back body. So as you cross your arms at the wrists or at the elbows, take a few deep breaths, maybe with your eyes closed, into the space between your shoulder blades, as if you were breathing and igniting kind of the kindling that you've brought to the table here. And breathe another full breath in. And an exhale out. Maybe notice which arm is crossed in front and then just lightly switch it out to the other side. Again, either through the elbows or through the wrists. And then lift your elbows up, your fingertips up, like as if this eagle has evolved into a phoenix and is rising up from those ashes of what has been. And breathe a few breaths just here right behind your heart, like you could soften all those places. And take another breath here. And then gently release your hands just back to your lap. This time bring your palms to face upward. And we'll take a breathing practice together called Nadi Shodhana, which means alternate nostril breath, but we'll do it just without the hands, just letting them rest here right on the lap. And so it's a breath that I'll guide you through. You visualize the breath moving in through one side of your nose and exhaling through the other side. And we'll go back and forth a few times. And so this is balancing for the central nervous system and for the brain. And more than balancing, perhaps a synthesis, kind of two aspects of being here. The resilience necessary to show up with everywhere that you've been. And also the vulnerability to share your own story. So breathe in right here. And breathe out right here. Imagine you're breathing in this nice coolness into the left side. So inhale. And focus your attention on the right side of your nose as you exhale all the way out. And keep your attention on the right side as you inhale warmth and comfort into that fire, luminosity. And exhale through your left side. We'll take this for 2 more cycles. So inhale through your left side. Exhale through your right side. And inhale through your right side. Exhale through your left side. And take 1 more cycle on your own. It's 2 breaths. Maybe you hear the breath of your neighbor. You get a sense that you belong. And once you exhale out through that visualized left side, turn your palms to face down and just remain here with your eyes soft or closed. And so I invite you, with all of your visibility and invisibility, with your Cuban hips and diagnoses, to show up as fully as you can. I'd like to close with these words for all of us from Derek Walcott. It's a poem titled Love After Love. The time will come when with elation you will greet yourself arriving at your own door in your own mirror. And each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, yet who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your image from the mirror and sit together and feast on your life. Namaste, and thank you.